Oh, àbọrúbọyé o, àbọyè bọ́ ṣíṣe ogbó atọ́ o, àwúre ìwòrì ìwò fún, kójú wa ṣe o, kó yẹ wá kalẹ̀ o, kó rọ̀ wá lọ́rùn o. Wọ́n ní tútù làárọ̀ dẹ, tútù làárọ̀ bàbà. Tútù là ń bómi inú àgbọn, káyé ó tútù fún wa o. Káwa ò má ràgó, ká má ràná, ká má ná kan tán ká tó rí míì, ká má ṣorí gbé, kórí inú wa má bà tòde wa jẹ́, kórí má takò wá. Àṣẹ. Greetings to everyone. Welcome everybody to the broadcast today. I'm so delighted to be having you and on the broadcast today. And today we will be talking about a very sensitive topic. It's going to pretty much take our time, but it's something we have to take one after the other so we don't rush things. May I suggest to you that you take a cup of water. You take a cup of water today and then you just place it by the side because we may have a need for it when the time comes. Welcome everybody. We give honor, kudos to the ancestors, and we ask that their energy stay with us today and that the universe open up the vault of wisdom for all of us here so we can learn a thing or two from one another. as we speak on the subject of Ori, ìbá ọkùnrin àtobìnrin o, ìbá ọmọdé àtàgbà, ìbá àwọn ọba ìlú àti olóyè ìlú, kudos and greetings to the mothers, their energies. And we ask that you remain our hardest diet fan, let me use it that way, a supporter. And so that the days that we go wrong, you are there to correct us with passion, with compassion. A máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa orí lónìí. Àtétènìran lórí, àpébọ lórí, àpésìn lórí. Bá rẹni tó dádé owó, orí ni. Bá rẹni tó tẹ̀pá ìlẹ̀kẹ̀, orí ni. Bá rẹni tó tálákà nílé ayé, orí ni. Ẹni lówó, orí ni. Ẹni bímọ, orí ni o. Ẹni tí ò bí, orí ni. Your head, or let me say your ori. I don't want to use the head. Your ori pretty much is the determinant factor of everything that you do in life. I am going to be making some bold statement today, and you should know by now that I exist to upset you. So, there is no God in the sky. Do you agree? Anyone there? Are you with me? There is no one called God beyond the cloud. There is absolutely no human figure seated on the throne, especially wearing white, who is going to stand in judgment over your life and how you use it. You know why? One, just a little bit of the very many reasons why there is no God in the sky is because God cannot provide for your need. If God in the sky cannot provide for your need, this God is not in the rightful place to judge the means through which you make two ends meet. You have been in pain before. You have suffered agony before. Did you call God or you didn't? Who showed up for you? A spirit being living beyond the cloud? Or a human being like you and I? Sometimes no one showed up until you showed up for yourself. You have lost loved one before. And it doesn't matter how much of God you believe in, you will still die and nothing can change that. If the force known as God, or let me say the human living in the cloud known as God, is that omnipotent, all powerful, he would have seen that as creature of his, you don't like dying. However, it was impossible and remained impossible for the sky god to take away the stench of death. So parents lose their children every time. Children lose their parents, people lose their loved ones. Sometimes you even lose money. Haven't prayed and fast. A recent happening in Lagos State, Nigeria, where I'm from, in Africa, of a certain story building that collapsed. Is yet another revelation that the God in the sky cannot save, neither can this God in the sky warn you against death. You know why? Every single being that believes in the sky God become deaf to their own self. The universe, which is not male or female, the universe, which is neither black or white, the universe, which is a fellow energy that vibrates in some certain frequency without the stain or pollution of creating hand, leg, mouth, or voice for universe, will not snatch your life without you being informed. It is one thing for you to receive a signal of what is about to happen. It is another thing for you to listen attentively to that signal. For those who have been married before or those who are going through hell in their marriage today, outrightly, they will tell you that the red flag has always been there. Whatever ended your relationship, your love affair, whatever it may be, with the person you are with or you were with, did not happen on the day it ended. It started before you started. That is an opportunity you have as a fellow energy, a subset in a set that can exist as a whole independently. For each and every one of you listening to me today, you are a universe on your own. Now, when this marriage crash, this relationship crash, this employment is gone, you do not, I repeat, you do not make recount on surprises. You only make recount on the things you refuse to listen to, because there is such a thing given to both animal and human, both plant and water. It is called instinct and intuition, medium and channel through which your universe communicate to all of us. It is an aberration to reduce your intuition and instinct to having the gift of the Holy Spirit. You are abusing, demeaning, and depreciating the whole essence of your divinity once you say you need the Holy Spirit to come upon you. I'm going to offend you. We are on it. Just follow me. For each one who wait upon the Holy Spirit for direction has subjected him or herself as a dog or a slave to something that is not certain or sure. However, why do people prefer relationship with God? Because God is not a basic community. God is a make me feel good tool, and God is an excuse not to maximize your potential. I'm going somewhere. We are talking about the science of Ori. If you do not pray to God for 5 months, if you do not pray to God for 5 months, and all of a sudden you wake up one day feeling so bad and you pray on God, this feeling of God will come to you. I'm going to be doing a technical check, although I hate to be distracted. Deep State is saying that the volume is low. Is the volume low? Can other people hear me loud and clear? Is it the same thing? Are you having the same trouble? I'll wait on your response before I continue. Loud and clear. All right, so Deep State, you need to check your connection. We move on. If you go to bed tonight without praying to God, and you wake up and remember that you did not pray to God before you went to bed, even though you did not die in your sleep, and you say, God, protect me, you would have the feeling that God has arrived. However, if the presence of God did not result to your death, let me rephrase it. If the absence of God did not result to your death, the presence of God is not what makes you alive. I'm going to offend you, please. Christians, please bear with me. What we do here is basically to offend each other. I have been written to several times by people who are not even of African descent, who felt that my teachings are a bit harsh, although they understand the message. They want me to calm it down. So I told them the highest I can do is to keep apologizing, but I will not stop being factual. Now, if the absence of God did not result to your untimely death, the presence of God cannot save you from dying. If you can eat 3 square meal or 1 square meal on the days you did not pray to God to provide for your need, on the day you are hungry or you can't afford food, prayer to God will still not bring food to your table. Are you getting the decolonization? What put food on the table? What bring protection to you? What determine the course of your life? The quality of life that you live, the things you will achieve in your future, how long you will live, how successful you will be. It's not the function of the sky god. It is the function of your ori. How successful your life will turn out. It's not a function of the death of Jesus on the cross of Calvary or on the tree of Golgotha. Whatever story or version of it you decide to believe, it's not going to be about the message of Muhammad, not the intelligence of Buddha. It's all in here. How you use this place is how you live your life. When they say your destiny is in your hand, although checking your hand and the strokes of it can tell me your life and your path, meeting you as a person and holding you or shaking hand with you can tell me about you. Exchanging your name and your mother's name with me can give me an insight about you. But when we say your destiny is in your hand, we do not refer to this hand. We refer to how effective you keep connection with your ori. I will not call it head. Learn it. O-R-I, ori, the science of ori. So the building collapsed. A lot of you think I've forgotten. I don't forget things. When the building collapsed, a letter came out because it was three-story building. It was three buildings, 3 stories in 3 places. If it is true or not, a certain person was sent to school because his ori directed him to learn more about what he is here to do. So he became a building engineer. Listen, he is in the area of his ori where he gets strength. We have started. Once you align with your ori, aside the fact that money stopped being your motivational for being useful to mankind, you are equipped with the right kind of motivation. Not that you will not have bad days, but you are equipped with the right kind of motivation to keep doing what you are doing, irrespective of the kind of outcome you get. And the universe does not pay or reward those who are smart. The universe rewards those who are dedicated. For every single failure you encounter in life, it is a test of your dedication to your ori. We do not now worship the universe. We bow to our ori, for this is the compass and the guide to the destination in this journey. So when you find yourself in love madly with a certain hobby, profession, work, you are in your chosen career. Especially when that profession of yours, career of yours, hobby of yours is now turning into a positive impartation on mankind. Now, there is what you do for a living, and there is what you do for the living. Your ori determines both. In life, ori pushes you to what you should do for a living. It is in the process of doing for the living that you earn a living. I'm not a motivational speaker. I have decided to simplify whatever mystical stuff they teach you. So we don't conclude that everything about African spirituality is killing goat and killing ram. You need this foundation. On the foundation of Ori, the African spirituality was established. So this one went to school to learn how to build. And he met this one who felt like being a building businessman is what he's selling. Let me get into it because I have few connections and make it. Ọjọ́ tá a bá kú ládì tán, ọjọ́ bá a bá gbẹ̀mẹ́mì ńlá dèrè. Do what will make us use your life as a perfect example for others. For you are a teaching material. I am a teaching material. Whatever I live my life by, speak about it when I'm gone. I will tell you. So, one knew this is my passion. This is what my Ori is calling me to do. The other jump into the line because connection and then is paying. Now look at these two people. First building was built, second building was built, third one was started up to the third or fourth floor. And the one whose chosen career, who is in line with his Ori, whose passion to do for the living is to ensure standard, wrote to the other ones, I can only guarantee the standard of the first two building and the third building to the fourth floor. The way you are going about this business, we are disengaging with you. And the one who jump into it, because that is what is paying, continued. Why? If it is your Ori pushing you in that line, the first motivation is how safe are others when they are with you? How beneficial are your works to mankind? How will what you are doing improve the quality of humanity? But if it is what you are doing because everyone is doing it and getting money, it will not matter what you put out. Now, this is the reason why we have doctors who give wrong medication. We have nurses who have no compassion. We have architects who draw and design nonsense. We have business people who do not care at all if the product works or not. It is because it is not in the circumference of the vibration of the Ori. And the story ended up in a very tragic manner. For the one who threw caution into the wind, because that's what he's selling, not what he's passionate about, ended up dying when the same building collapsed on him. This is what happened when you leave your area of strength, where your Ori has called you, and go into somewhere else. Ọwọ́ afẹ́ kú sórí mo ṣe, ọ̀fẹ́ kú sórí mo jìyà. Ìlọ́ a máa wá babaláwo kiri pé gbogbo ń tọ́ dáwọ́lé ò yọrí sí ere. It is not that you are not putting effort. It is that you are mislocated. The science of the universe is that everything vibrates the right in the right frequency as long as they are in their right position. The head or the ori of fish has put it in the water. So no fish struggle to swim. But the moment a fish gets on the ground, there's problem. So if you are walking in a place and all you think about is sadness, 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 no motivation to keep going on. Even sometimes you feel tired and you say, I'm not going to do this anymore. And then you find yourself continue to do it. You are in a wrong profession. But when all odds are against you and you realize that you still want to move on, then without divination, you have found your vibration. Now, what is the role of the sky god in the story I told you? Series of time, videos started coming out of how religious this man is. And as a matter of fact, the very building that collapsed on him and he died, there is no religious leader that has not visited the place. There is no religious musician that has not visited the place. They go there, they sing what they call praise and worship. They give glory to the sky god. They honor the sky god. They flaunt it in the eyes of those who don't believe in it. Well, here we are today. It became tragically sad that the sky god could not warn this man about his untimely death. Even though the man would do anything for the sky god. A God that does not keep you alive cannot kill you. The question is now, if God can heal, why are the medical doctors still in business? If me believing in the sky God is the reason why I will enjoy perfect health, why do I still go to the hospital? If the name of Jesus is above every other name, why do I need to put money in bank before I can get money from my account? If there is power in the blood of Jesus. Forget the adult. Why are children dying of chronic disease and going through chemotherapy? Ònkúlùkù ti wáyé tiẹ̀ ná. Bá a ti wáyé páàrí ńlá ń rí, ká gbéjẹ́ fórí, ká má sáré ọlá ká kọjá ọlà, torí ọlá lè dání bó bá dọ̀la. I greet every one of you just joined us. And it is almost an impossible task one day to rewrite your own life script. In Yoruba spirituality, remember, I'm choosing my word carefully, not African spirituality. Yoruba spirituality. Yoruba spirituality is just one of many spirituality in Africa. There is such a folklore, a myth, that when children are coming into the world, there is a place they go to choose their own lot in life. Do I know the place? No, I don't know the place. Do I want to know the place? No, I don't want to know the place. You must understand that The concept of destiny arose from the belief of a man's journey. So when people come to me for divination, I don't tell them what they will become. I tell them how to become something in life. I don't tell them you will be rich. Oh, I only tell you how to be rich. And I will not categorically tell you that you will be rich. I don't give promises of long life. For what is the use of having long life in part of your destiny, and then you go to drink poison or padaku, you will still die. Now, the concept of destiny is also a religious concept, a very static concept that has been taught over and over so that you'll be limited to what someone else is telling you. The destiny of every Christian is to worship God, do his bidding, live a miserable life, either a pretentious life, a double life, and then go to heaven. The destiny of everyone who is not a believer is to go to hell. But we have seen so many people who are unbelievers enjoying heaven here. And we have seen people who are believers going through hell right before our eyes. For if it is a destiny, then it cannot be changed. However, my action and my inaction have this ripple effect either on my direct life or the life of every single person around me. Let's take, for instance, that have been destined to be rich. And when I become rich, let's say the destiny of one or two people is tied to mine, that it is until I become rich that they will also be rich. And I heard that in my destiny, I must be rich or I will be rich. So I go to bed, sleep, wake up, and do nothing. What my action or my inaction has done to the so-called destiny is to thwart it. Therefore, it is no longer destiny. For if it is destiny, it will be the way it ought to be, irrespective of my action. Are you with me? Are you getting the point? If it is a destiny, it will come to reality irrespective of my actions or inactions. Let's say my destiny is to be rich, and in being rich, other people will get rich. So I go to bed and say, once I pay one pada low, they said I will be rich, so I don't need to work. If it leave faith and go to Mount Zion, I will still not be rich if I do not do proactively what is required of rich people to do. If I like, let me do a body from now till tomorrow. In fact, let them be washing my head regularly to the point where all my black hair turn to gray, I will still be poorer than the church rat. I know you want to hear that there's destiny, and so that you can go and chill and relax and get to work. If I refuse to now work and I did not become rich, what has happened to other people that ought to be rich through me? They will be poor. But assuming that one of them said, I don't like my life the way it is, and began to do what I am supposed to do, as long as it is a method to get wealthy, this person will still be wealthy. The law and the principle of the universe say, those who do receive. It is not those who ask. It is not those who knock. It is those who create a door that the door will be open to. And it is what you kept that you will find when you are looking for it. And it is what you do that you receive. Don't let religion mess your life up. Say, ask, you shall be. Ask and you shall receive. Knock, it shall be opened. Who is doing the? Who is supposed to be doing the work for you? You should just be asking. That is the reason why those who are prayerful are the most poor people in the. You can be hardworking and prayerful. You will get the reward of hard work, not the reward of prayer. The principle of the universe says those who do will receive what they have done. You do good, you receive. You do evil, you receive. Those who made a way will be opened up to. If you create a way, you will surely follow the path. It is what you kept that you will find. Are you with me? Now, the science of Ori is complex. I will simplify it. We might not finish it in one teaching. If the principle of the universe is that those who do receive, what prompts you to do? What pushes you to do? What motivates you to do? It is not God, it is your Ori. Nítorí Yorùbá bọ̀ wọ́n pé orí ńlá fi mẹ́ran láwo. They say it is with our Ori that we pick meat in the plate. Wọ́n á máa pé kórí inú má ba tòde jẹ́, that your inner Ori should not destroy the outward experience. Prayerful people are like those who do pyramid marketing. Prayerful people. They are like those who tell you to bring 2 people and the 2 people will bring 2 people. All of my life, there is none of my friend that has come to me with the idea of bring 2 people and let the other 2 people bring 2 people that have been richer than me. Broke ass people. They are still poor. And this business is coming, return on investment is 150%. You'll get the return in the next 2 hours. Just bring 2 people. The other 2 people will bring 2 people, and the other 2 people will bring 2 people, and the 2 people will bring 2 people. None of them has been richer than me. And those who got rich by that means, they are on the run now. Greedy set of it. Oh, gbìn ó fẹ́ ká. Òòró fẹ́ jẹ. Ó ṣe ó fẹ́ gbádùn ayé. Olè ni ẹ́. If you follow my teaching, you will be free. Liberty is your portion. So, assuming those who are supposed to be rich through me now said, since no help is coming, for help will not actually come from above, it will come from within. They now decided to follow the principle of successful people. Do you think they will not be rich? Although you have gone for divination and they have said to you that it is through you that those one will be rich, so you went to bed. Do you think if you are poor and they do what it takes to be rich, do you think the universe will deny them of wealth? Do you think so? That actually thwart and debunk the concept of saying destiny. Life is a journey, and at every point of your life, you constantly vibrate in a certain frequency. It is the frequency at which you vibrate that gives you responses from within the cosmos universe, this force. And the responses you get is the result of how your life is going. That has thwarted the concept of destiny. However, is there anything like predestination? Predestination and destiny are not the same thing. Predestination is a call to service. Destination is a retirement from service. Let's get it right so that we'll know how to behave. Predestination for all mankind, all elements of the universe are constituted by the environment where we are, family from which we come from, the element which we identify with. That's predestination. Every predestination is for the purpose of higher performance. I say again, every poverty you see in our planet is an artificial chaos, not natural. Every poverty, every war, every battle, every disenfranchisement, every inadequacy, every ineffectiveness, every disease is artificial chaos. For there is no chaos in the universe. You, as a human being, ought not to think or pray for what to eat. You, as a human being, ought not to pay to be healthy. Every herbs, every plant, every root, every leaf that you need to be healthy was in the universe before you came alive. Why are you paying for them? Why? Because you refuse to apply your heart to knowledge. Now, that is not the fault of the universe, nor an affliction from God. It is lack of knowledge. Payment for medical insurance or medical bill is an artificial occurrence. In the plain sight of the universe, you ought not to pay for anything called. For reason with me for a moment, every single thing they used to treat you in the hospital, was it the hospital that created them? Did they not go freely to harvest this thing and then put value on it? What if you go freely with that knowledge to harvest them? Prepare for yourself, you will live a good health. Why do you fall sick? Apart from injuries sustained from accident and all that, why do people fall sick? our eating habit, the mainstream media, the poisons on the shelf in our malls, those things that we think is sweet to the mouth, they are bitter to your system. And everything you think is bitter to the mouth, they are pleasant to your system. But look at life and how you have been conditioned. Sweetness to you is good. Bitter to you is evil. It translates to what you eat, what you drink, how you live. For if you choose to live a easy life, if you choose the easy way, your life will be hard. Or if you choose the hard way, your life will be easy. All these things intertwine. Are you meant to be praying, hoping, or even struggling to move from one nation to another? You are not meant to. In the program of the universe, you are free to move around as long as you have a means of moving. It is an artificial border put by government of your nation. Every restriction in life, every negativity in life, artificial chaos. I'm talking about predestination. This predestination that you have as a human is not by any means different from the predestination that the fish in the river have. It is not different from the predestination that the trees in the bush have and the forest. It's not different from the predestination of water. The same water keep coming, the same human being keep coming. The same animal keep coming. The same plant keep coming. Recycled. The problem of man is to major in minor and minor in major. We are so stuck in this present experience of ours that we will do anything and everything to hold on to it. And those who hold on to life will die. But those who release life will live. The weakness you are right now, and why Jesus, Allah, God, the rest are valid in your life, is because you have not reconciled with the essence and the truth. One truth, that the reason for life is death, and the reason for death is life. You get lost in the midst of life and death. Life as it is now is simplified in look at life, look at death. But you are so focused on what happened between life and death that you forget that whatever starts will end. And so to hold on to what is between life and death, they sold God for you. They sold Jesus for you. They sold Allah for you. They sold all kind of things. And even in Africa here, they sold idol worshiping for you. But you realize that irrespective of how many trees you bow to, how many plants you bow to, how many stones you bow to, life and death remains constant. Irrespective of how much you call Yahweh, how much you call Allah, how much you call Jesus, how much you call Buddha, how much you buy Kayamanta, how much you buy Eye of Mercy, how much you buy to Horus, how much you buy to this and that, life, death remains. If those things you bow to cannot remove this constant experience, life and death, they are not relevant in the face of life or death. So the predestination now is that all elements of the universe exist for the benefit of one another. Can you simplify it? Is this simple enough? All elements of the universe exist here for the benefit of one another. Now, this existence can manifest in different manner, shape, size, method, time, or dispensation. But the main predestination of all elements in the universe is their existence for the benefit of one another. How will you now be of benefit to me? Ìyẹn láwà dífá sí. That's what we do divination for. And what determines your benefit to me or how relevant you are to my life? That is your energy. That little microscopic part of the universe, that is the universe on its own. If all predestination is for the benefit of one another, there is a need for power or energy to power that act. And so, how well you know your energy determines how much you use it for. Do you know there are different sizes of solar system, or let's say generator or transformer? A transformer that cannot carry more than maybe 40 houses, they are there. It's still a transformer. The one that can carry more than 2 states is there. It is still a transformer. When they are calling the meeting of transformer, even if the one that can carry just 2 houses will still be there. If they are calling the meeting of transformer, even the transformer inside your liquid transistor, let's say radio, will still be there. If they are calling the meeting of energy, irrespective of how useless or useful you are still part of that energy. Now, the problem between those who are useful and those who are not is the lack of knowledge of what energy ought to do. And until an energy knows this is my role, it will either undermine itself or overmine itself. When you overmine, you will run down. When you undermine, you are at loss. Either of those sides, there is a need for knowledge. Are you with me? This energy is what is called Ori. Now, it is this energy called Ori that vibrates in such a manner that you are also giving direction how to move, where to move to, and how long to move. Look at the picture by the side. Now, don't focus on the brain, even though the brain is part of it. Don't focus on the skull, even though this skull is the physical representation. Focus on what is those lightning, those light. It is this Ori that now helps you to vibrate in a frequency that will make you fulfill that so-called predestination. Are you with me? All predestination are unit. you are single, to be of benefit to one another. When we now talk about benefit to one another, some of you think it's the benefit to mankind like you. You can be of benefit to animals. Animals can be of benefit to you. Àbí ìṣẹ̀ran lẹ̀ ń jẹ tẹ́bí bá ń pa yín. You can be of benefit to plant. When you water a plant and you keep it alive, the plant in itself just give you healing or feed you. You can be of benefit to water. Clean the water, make it nice. When you are thirsty, it will come to your aid. Gbà fún múrí ni gbà fún gbàdà. It is this energy that now points you in different direction on how useful you will be. And how useful you are is dependent on the situation presented to you. So it is not destiny you have, it is predestination. One single predestination is to be of benefit to one another. How will you be of benefit to me? Your energy now begin to. Because if you put the houses, 40 houses on a transformer that cannot power more than 10, you will mess it up. If the energy that should vibrate in the place of healing as a medical doctor is going to vibrate as an upholstery maker or a furniture maker, it will mess it up. If your energy ought to be vibrating as a teacher, maybe like me, but you are busy singing, you will still run down. Knowing what your energy can carry to fulfill your role in the general predestination of all mankind, ìlà ń pè lórí. Are you with me? Ìlà ń pè lórí. That's what we call Ori. So powerful, yet insignificant to many people. Ori wa yàtọ̀ sórí, the allegory of transformers. The transformer used for radio cannot be used to power a house. It's like having AC too. We have one horsepower, we have 2 horsepower, we have 5 horsepower. When the AC of horsepower, 1 horsepower, want to do the work of 5 horsepower, ó máa run down ni ìlara yóò wá tẹ̀lé. A sì ti pé à ń jù wọn ò ṣe é wí lẹ́jọ́, ìjà ìlara ò tán bọ̀rọ̀. See, when you don't know your capacity as an energy, you will be forced to envy others. In trying to envy them, you will run their race. Ìpàkọ́ ò sì ní gbọ́sù tí orí ẹlẹ́gàn ó mọ fọ́ ni. You will try so hard, you will get ruined, and they will get better for it. Are you with me? If this is something worth listening to, can all of you just agree and just give a thumb up for the video so that the algorithm can show it to other people? That is Ori. Remember, all I've been teaching you have nothing to do with God. We are not opening scripture. We are not opening anything. I'm talking to you as my own area of profession. It is this Ori and the unseen vibration and the frequency that now begin to tell you who to marry, who not to marry, who to do business with, who not to do business with. Some people energy forbid collaboration. Some people's energy forbid marriage. But everybody wants to be married. So we create so much fund and money for the government. They collect money before we marry. They collect money after we marry. After we say we are not marrying again, they collect money for change of name. They begin to talk about child policy, all sorts of things. Why? Because we simply did not stay in our area of concentration. When I say thumb up, I'm not saying comment thumb up. Put a like button on the video. Thank you. You can coexist effectively with someone without marrying them. As a matter of fact, a lot of you will notice that you had these beautiful, wonderful friends of so many years. You guys knew each other, perfect and all that. It is when you got married, you hated each other. The predestination that you must be useful to one another does not mean you must manifest that relationship in the confinement of marriage. Are you with me? Knowing what your energy can carry, what it cannot carry, where it should go, where it should stay, what your body or your energy, what color it loves, it is important. If it was a destination or a destiny, it would not matter what you do, you will still get it. In a world forbidding complacency and mediocrity, a lot of us thought we have achieved or we have reached our peak, but we are doing just 2% out of 1,000% of what we can do. Èèyàn kan ló bí Elon Musk yo, àbí Musk dẹ̀ lọ porúkọ ẹ̀. I'm not using him as a judgment or as a standard. But just imagine Elon Musk stayed back in South Africa and began to do the little. Just imagine Bill Gates decided to stay back in, and just be doing small app development. There is nothing you cannot do, and there is nothing you cannot achieve, as long as it is for the benefit of mankind. Only that you must know how to do it, when to do it, and what you can do better. Are you with me? Now, this Ori is also what we call aura. Aura. A-U-R-A. Ori is like a perfume or a smell. It is either offensive or attractive. And that the fact that one person's energy negates yours does not mean their energy is a negative energy. The fact that one person's energy negates your energy does not mean the person's energy is negative. You guys are not just meant to work together. You meet some people today, it seems as if you've known each other all your life. You're almost like a twin. It is the Aori that matches well with yours. We have people married to someone whose Ori antagonized theirs. People whose Ori antagonized their own. Now, it is not because your spouse or your partner is dangerous or trying to mess your life up. It is that you guys just don't work together. Ori si yàtọ̀ sórí. Talking of the science of Ori. And in choosing partners, when two people come together for the purpose of whatever relationship, while we focus more on why this one is not helping this one or this and that, this is what exactly is happening. This is what is happening. Remember the first picture and the vibration, the frequencies, the aura, the emission. It is still taking place right here, right now, between two people. They may not be of opposite sex. They may be boss and employee. It may be neighbors. It may be a citizen and the government. If the ori, if the vibration is negating one another, what you have is irreconcilable differences. Is that not the English that you people use when your marriage could not work? Irreconcilable differences are not actually irreconcilable. No one has ever been able to say, okay, after do you know that most of the things that you call irreconcilable differences, the same thing occur or happen between you and your next lover, and you don't have problem with it? Simple case. Someone could say, maybe she's interested in me for a sort of a certain kind of relationship. And it will offend me. Kilofa, what caused it? Ori. Something in me negates that affection. In the same breath, another person could say, okay, I'm interested in you. And then I would like the person. It is our vibration together. Now, this has nothing to do with either my mouth smell or she's beautiful. You can dislike pretty people. This is the reason why they say one man's food is another man's poison. The knowledge behind it is what I'm telling you. While we are all energy, I may be a 3 kV, and you that you are 20 kV, you are now saying we should be friends. You won't stop my flow. I may be a 20 kV, and you that you are 10 kV, we could be friends. Maybe because the threshold is still meeting one another. It may be that what I actually need is 10 kV, but I have 20, and you have 10. We will be flowing on the pedestal of 10. Whenever the energy drops, we will make use of my extra 10. Kẹ́ tó máa gbẹnu síra yín lẹ́nu, kẹ́ tó máa lá etí abọ́ ara yín, ẹ ṣe ṣàyẹ̀wò. Before you begin to now say, I love you, torí tọrùn. Before you say, okay, I want to go into partnership or business with someone, why don't you check it out? Does your ori, your energy, matches with this person? You are not destined to suffer loss. You have only chosen a lost battle. Can I say it again? You are not destined to suffer loss. You have chosen a lost battle. You are powering what is beyond your capacity or below it. It is not failure you meet in your profession. It is the wrong profession that you go into. It is not failure you meet in marriage. It is the wrong person that you marry. By the way, it is not that all men are scum or wicked. It is you falling in love with scum and wicked men. It is not failure you experience in life. It is misplacement that you have embraced. It is not ailment that is your lot in life. It is the right living that you lack. Nílé ayé tá a wà yìí, àwọn èèyàn kan ṣáà ń pé 120 kí wọ́n tó kú, wọn ò sì tàràkà. In this life, people are still living up to 120-year-old and they don't forsake everything. Your ori now forbid you to live your life according to social construct. Are you with me? The concept of social construct is forbidden in your ori. Why? Because in African spirituality, each one is his own God. And one God is not greater than the other. That is the reason why what works for your ori may not work for me. But in a society where all parents want their children to go to science class, just because their friends' children are going to science class, what a dalia ye omo elomiru. See life. In a world where in a family, if you do not travel abroad, you don't have a say. Everybody have traveled abroad in your family. Look at your family house. So desolate. All your parents died. You were not there to bury them. You are not happy abroad. You cannot come home. Everyone is getting married. You too went to get married. How many marriages now? You are still counting, no? Because in your own predestination, marriage cannot work with what you came here to do. Ori is so important that when a child is coming into this space and the child comes with any other part apart from their ori, sometimes we return them back there. This is the reason why we say, see, your energy could match with multiple people, but not everyone. Everyone is doing IT. You too went to IT. The code, what all the program you have been coding in your life, none of them execute. Everyone is doing coding. Your life is coded. You code your life away. You code your life away. One live coded life. What you have coded near one live coded life. All your program refuse to execute. If you are not meant to be a programmer and you want to be a programmer, it is the like of you that will be coding aircraft autopilot that will be killing people. And you can be against yourself. But the moment you begin to mingle with people that are against, although you will have the intuition and instinct, that is not Holy Spirit. You may not listen, but it's not as if what is going to happen will not happen. You could have changed it. It is not your destiny to be betrayed. You pick wrong friends. Rejection is not your portion. Not in the name of Jesus. You are the one doing what will make you get rejected. Only if you know what to do, when to do it, how to do it, you realize that no single human being have business with failure. Ori ni o. Ori ni o. Somebody says syntax error everywhere. Some people, when they run their code, the system crash. Their own code is alien to binary system. May we not meet such people. Imagine that such people now come into a relationship with you. It may look rosy on the surface. But what about the deep down? What about what is going down deep down? Now imagine you having such a sacred moment of sexual intercourse with someone whose ori negate yours. Obagbe jombo. Ogbe jombo. Problem dey. May you not make love to the person whose disposition according to energy is hate towards your own sources. May you not exchange sacred water with people whose flow and fountain has been polluted. This ori is the reason why here in this part of Africa, before we take a step and say we want to get married, there is a certain aspect of our marital stage that they call Ifafore. Ifafore means we have gone to check. There is a way there. Don't quote me wrong. The fact that your energy can work together does not mean that if you are yet to master effective communication or human resource management, that it will still work. It won't work. You see, the fact that you went your path, your separate way, does not necessarily mean that person is not good for you. There is a part of energy clicking, there is a part of human resources management. By the way, we have a women forum under the umbrella of our foundation. And today we're having a Zoom meeting called Benefits of Effective Communication between Male and Female in Relationship. What we do is all-encompassing, because if we are going to live with each other, we should have this discussion. I'm tired of making divination because your husband did not make love to you, or because you think your wife is harsh on you. Those things are not warranting divination. They don't warrant divination at all. And I wouldn't want you to keep wasting money. It's a function of Ori. Now, there's such a thing as called solar orbit. And the energy that holds that solar orbit together I do not speak of other bigger stars that are bigger than the sun. We have is it Rigel? We have YU Scuti and several other bigger planets like that. Well, let's talk about solar orbit as applicable to us here. Now look at the image on your screen. Let's start from the sun. Consider your Ori or your energy to be the sun. Now consider that the light, the illumination, generated from this sun transcend to other part of your life. Other part of your life could be the Mercury, the Venus, the Earth, the Moon, the Mars. Those ones you can see. Imagine that the sun loses its shine. Before we get to that, the sun, by means of light, relate with each and every of these other planets differently. The ray of the sun gets to the Mars. They are yet to discover life there, even though humankind have started going there. But can they survive there? Possibly. The same ray of the sun is what came on the earth, but there is already life. Remember that before the coming of the earth, before the formation of the earth, several other habitable planets has existed. For the sake of whatever it is worth, all these planets that seems to be uninhabitable used to be habitable before. Kó tó rò pé wọ́n nìkan ni ó wà ní ayé, kó tó rò pé Ọlọ́run kan ló dá wọ in his image and all that. What happened to those other people, other creatures that died on those planets? By the way, the sun will get bigger as time goes on. When the sun gets bigger than this, every single life on earth will die. The same light and heat that is giving life to the earth, if we get bigger or too much, we kill all the life on earth. The same ori, when you take care of it, that brings success to you, ori náà tún lè tako ni báwo bá tọ́jú ori. That's why I said, if you are wealthy, poor, healthy, ill, everything depends on the state of your ori. Your ori, now represented by the sun, is your energy. What frequency or what kind of emission is coming from your ori to every other part of your life? Imagine the Mars is your employment, the moon is your marriage, the earth are your children, the Venus is your health, the Mercury is your dream. What light or illumination is coming from your ori to other part of your life? If it is a dim light, they will experience dim energy. If it is a bright light, they will experience bright energy. Are you with me? It is important for this ori, which is the sun here, to remain at a certain level, not go below, not go beyond. For whatever thing happens in your ori, translate or transmit through your temperament and your mood to every part of your life. But there's depression. If you have depression, it is not drug you'll be taking. It is not igbo you'll be smoking. It is your ori you should check. For everything that occur in the physical is a symptom of what is happening in your energy. You don't need weed to be high. There are people who have never taken alcohol or weed before. They just don't go down. They don't dim up. If the moment of dimming comes, they search within. This is the reason why it is a disgrace for you to look up to Jesus as the author and finisher of your faith when you neglect yourself. Who is the faithful? Drug abuse, substance abuse, falling in love, marriage, even money cannot replace the essence of, because if what makes you happy is solely tied to material things, remember they are like a fleeting shadow. They come, they go. If the reason for your happiness today is because you built a house, someone will build something bigger than yours. The physical manifestation is a direct interpretation of the state of your energy. It is always inside out, not outward in. Those who live outward in are those who require Holy Spirit to come in them, God to come to them, Jesus to come for them, Allah to pray for them. Material things, some of you people even use artificial buttocks as a determinant of beauty or happiness. If what is outside is what determines the inside, you have problem. The Mars, the moon, the earth, the Venus, the Mercury in totality does not give illumination to the sun. The sun vibrates illumination to them. Their temperament is solely determined by the state of the sun. Let the sun go cold today, and all of us are dead. Let it be a bit more hotter than this, and we are also still dead. The same with your Ori. Now imagine you meeting someone whose illumination is polluted, whose light has been dimmed. They will be sapping from you, collecting from you. Sapping from you, collecting from you. We have some bigger other stars in the galaxy, which absolutely are not relevant to us. I have brought it down to the concept of sun. But let me now take you to something. So you know that the problem is not who is more successful than you are. The problem is not who is making it before you. The problem is how much of you do you even know? For even though you are little, you can be big. Now I'm sharing this with you now. Look at this. Their name might have changed over time. Do you see where the sun is? Can everybody see where the sun is? Do you see what this arrow somewhere there pointing at what the sun is? There is another bright star called the Cyrus. There is another one bigger than Cyrus called Pollux. At least the Cyrus alone can be almost like million times, or let's say 1,000 times bigger than the sun. Pollux is that. Arcturus is that. All these are all stars. All these are all bigger stars. But do you know the only one useful to you in life and will ever be useful to you in life is this small one? So the energy and the quality of your energy, is not determined by the stature, the geographical location where you are, the family background you came from, or your financial status. It is determined by how effective you are. How useful do you think Cyrus, Pollux, and Arcturus are to you? They are not useful to you at all. Yet they are bigger than the sun. If all these other bigger stars disappear today, you will not feel it. Ìsọ̀rí báyìí ìlú oníkálukú wálé ayé. Every man is in phases or phase, and life is by stages. What they call destiny is now the role you are playing. The role you are playing. But do you know that you can play your role to the point where you are functioning at the illumination of Arcturus instead of the sun? But look at all these big stars. What is common between them? Peaceful coexistence. Do your part. I'll do my part. None is competing with the other. No one is competing with the other. Ìlà fi pé kẹ́ ẹ gbé jẹ́ forí. Orí á máa fẹ́ lòmíì pamọ́ káyé ó má bàa fi pamọ́. If the phase of your life now is to be quiet, if you don't do your divination to know what your Ori requires, how will you know? You'll be going around louding yourself and then keep healing yourself softly. Are you with me? We also say that the fact that you are the sun should not make you think that there are no other people bigger than you. However, Arcturus is not claiming superiority over the sun. Pollux is not claiming superiority over Cyrus. All of them orbiting in their space, in their time. But of all the four we see today, only one is relevant to us. Let's now say all of these stars or planets are Ori. Let's say humankind now begin to look for the brightness of Arcturus instead of staying under the shadow of the sun. This is how a lot of us has gotten it wrong, where we begin to mingle with the wrong people just because of their size, where we begin to do rakadede for the wrong people just because of let them recognize us. An accolade you did not give to yourself, you do not deserve. Can I say that again? An accolade you did not award to yourself, you don't deserve. For what kind of accolade it is when those who do not know how much I suffer, how many candles I burn, and how long I have been hoping and working towards it, now think because of a plaque card or a plaque they will give to me, that is what will determine if I'm a successful man or not. Some of you ought to be mingling with the sun, but you are looking for the Arcturus. Some of you are meant to be mingling with the Cyrus, but you are retain yourself or limit yourself to the sun. Destiny limits you to the sun when you have the probability or the enablement to mingle with Arcturus. The predestination of all these big stars you see is to illuminate and coexist. How they coexist and illuminate depend on the degree of heat they emit differently from one another. Some assume a red color, some assume a black color. Since the moon has assumed black color, it has not complained to anybody. Borí bá pé kọ́ ọ yé wọṣọ dúdú tó lọ lè wọṣọ dúdú ọ padà tálákà ni. In your divination, if your ori or your energy negate white clothing and you keep wearing it, problem. You will have problem. If your ori negates such a type of food and all that, problem if you keep eating it. There is not like I want to cheat. This is not diet plan. You want to live to your highest performance? Highest performance. Do what is required. Do what applicable to your ori. That is why destination or destiny is a fallacy. Your destiny is here. You have to write it by yourself. How do you write destiny? That is where Akosenjaye comes in. Kò sí babaláwo tó lè pé òun mọjọ́ ọ̀la rẹ̀. Bó ṣe débẹ̀ lé ó mọ̀. Ohun tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ kò lè mọ̀. No babaláwo will say he knows your tomorrow. If they tell you they know your tomorrow, they are lying to you. They may know a way to tomorrow, but they don't know what will happen to tomorrow. A pé bóni ti rí ọ̀la ò rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ni ló mú babaláwo ń dífá ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀run. Adíá fún Ọ̀rúnmìlà ńgbà tí ó gbé wà ní aya, wọ́n ní adìyẹ ni kó fi ṣèyàwó, ó fadìyẹ ṣèyàwó, ẹ̀wà bá gbé. Ìgbà bàbá lòun ó gbájé ní ìyàwó, wọ́n ní ẹja ni kó fi ṣèyàwó, ó fẹja ṣèyàwó, ajé bá gbé, ògún nísọ̀, onísọ̀ bòjì. As it is today, it will not be like that tomorrow. That's why a babalawo will make constant divination. Constant divination. I wish I can go on and keep teaching you the science of Ori. But we'll surely continue same time next week, Thursday. We'll continue next week, Thursday. Questions you have, bring in next week, Thursday. We have not finished. I barely scratched the surface. I just scratched the surface with you now. And we have more to learn on the science of Ori, the second part of it. The second part of the science of Ori. Akosejaye gives you a guideline, a platform to run. A platform to run. A platform to run. Unlike our previous episodes and teachings, that I take questions after the whole teaching. I will not be able to take questions today. I have a meeting in the next few minutes. I need to take some water, rest a little bit. And then next week, we'll be back again. You have a lot to learn. So you don't become an idolater. You don't become an idolater. An idol worshiper or idolater is a low-thinking human being. Your Ori is fantastic beyond that. And next week, I'm going to teach you or tell you why it is an aberration for you. It is not a sin to any God. There is no God in the sky. It is an aberration to your divinity to bow to anything. To bow to anything. To bow to anything. I'll take one question and then we wrap it up. Sophia Rice is saying, can someone imitate your Ori on the spiritual dimension? Sophia Rice, you must be a very wonderful and beautiful soul. Can you do me a favor? Can you write this question down somewhere? And don't forget to ask me next week. Because part of what we are going to be treating on the second part will be this. It will be part of the things we are going to talk about next week. How you can render your energy vulnerable and different ways people can infiltrate you. How you can render your energy vulnerable. And it does not matter if you are a white person, Caucasian, African American, and all that. There are basic information and requirements. When someone has a hold on them, they can mess you up. But let's do that next week. And I will tell you the reason why they cannot, even if they try, based on what you must constantly do for yourself. Ìjáwá ìjà ò sí always guiding ni o. Èèrà ò fẹ́ pòpòrò dénú o. Àwọn arírebánijẹ́ pọ̀ o, agànṣálẹ̀. People, nobody likes you. It's a survival of the fittest. It's a survival of the fittest. Whoever wins the battle keeps living. Whoever loses the battle 6 feet under the ground. What if you've not finished doing what you ought to do? And then you concede defeat. Some group of people came the other day and say, they don't like what I teach and all. And they give Sarah that mandate. They said, I should stop calling myself Baba Yooba. They gave me 3 days. Baba Yooba is actually a nickname. That's not my given name. It's a business name. It's registered under the Corporate Affairs Commission. And he also said he gave me 7 days to poison myself. Why? Because of this kind of teaching that would disenfranchise them from milking you dry. For if you don't know the meaning of Ori and the importance of it or how it came by, you will forever pay to those people unnecessary money. So they said I should poison myself within 7 days or something. They swore that they are going to instigate Ogun, blah, 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 against me. Well, to cut the long story short, the 7 days has passed. Yes, it's going to be a month very soon. Time flies. And in their own camp is one man down. Yet I did not do anything. In their own camp, somebody fell, died. Yet I did not do anything. Yet I did not lose a sleep over their nonsense. A ní kó ṣe ohun torí yàn fún ọ. Dúró ń bi torí pè ọ sí. Ìpàkọ́ rẹ ò ní gbọ́sù tí orí ẹlẹ́gàn ó mọ bàjẹ́. Ayé ò mọ retí ẹlẹ́yà, wọn ò mọ bí torí bá òdì sí. Orí sì yàtọ̀ sórí. Káyé jowú èèyàn tó ní jù á lọ lónìí. Káyé foríwórí, ká sáré kọjá kádàrá. Káyé foríwórí ká má lọ lè jẹ́wọ́ torí à ń jù wọn ò ṣe é wí lẹ́jọ́ ìjà ìlara ìtànbọ̀rọ̀. Ó wàá gbéjẹ́ forí ẹ̀ kó o dúró bí tíṣẹ̀dá dá ọ sí. Stay in your lane. Simple. You can be most fantastic human being in your lane. You don't need to be as significant as others. But if you keep to your lane, even the richest man in your country, the most popular person in your country will look for your service. Why? Because even though your son is little compared to Arcturus, you are the most relevant to the earth. Ayé á dára fún yín o, ayé á yẹ yín kalẹ̀ o. Ẹ ò ní ṣorí gbé, ẹ ò ní rárìn fẹsẹ̀ sí. Ẹ ò ní sáré mọ́tò kọlù kẹ̀kẹ́ o. Ìwúre gidi ni o. ẹ ò ní sáré mọ́tò kọlù kẹ̀kẹ́, ẹ ò wá ní bóníṣẹ́ ṣe o. wọ́n ní màmá jẹ́ ń kú sórí mo ṣe o, màmá jẹ́ ń kú sórí mo jìyà o. kẹlẹ́dá mi jọ̀wọ́ o, kó má jẹ́ káyé yọ mí o. ayé ò ní yọ o, ò ní kú sórí mo ṣe, ò ní kú sórí mo jìyà o. gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni nínú wa tí wàá ń ṣiṣẹ́ bí erin tí ń jẹ bí èèrà látòní lọ ó dópin o. nítorí pé ìṣẹ̀dá oníkálukú yàtọ̀. wọ́n ní arómọgẹ́gẹ́ òjì kùtùkùtù mókun ọ̀là dání. ọlọ́mọ ṣújú pé báyìí lórúkọ tá a pè wá ajé. torí ẹnikẹ́ni tájé òkùnkùn nísọ̀ onísọ̀ bòjì bá ṣíjú rẹ̀ wò ń ló ń lówó ní lọ́lá. kájé ó ṣíjú rẹ̀ wọ̀ lónìí, káyé ó ṣíjú rẹ̀ wọ̀ lónìí, kọ́mọdé ó ṣíjú rẹ̀ wọ̀ lónìí, kágbà ó ṣíjú rẹ̀ wọ̀ lónìí, káwọn ìyá mi ọ̀pá kí alàkẹ́ arógbáṣọ má balẹ̀ àti agbádorí àti ìfúnjẹ̀dọ̀ kí wọ́n ṣíjú rẹ̀ wọ̀ lónìí, kóbìnrin ṣíjú rẹ̀ wọ̀ lónìí, ọkùnrin ṣíjú rẹ̀ wọ̀ lónìí, èèbó aláwọ̀ funfun ṣíjú rẹ̀ wọ̀ lónìí o, aláwọ̀ dúdú bíi tiẹ̀ ṣíjú rẹ̀ wọ̀ lónìí o, gúúsù ni àrẹ̀wá ni, ìlà oòrùn àbílà ìwọ̀ oòrùn, àárín àgbáńlá ayé ló bá wà, káyé ó ṣíjú rẹ̀ wọ̀ o. nítorí ìwọ ló mú ní kẹ́ńkẹ́, ìwọ ló mú ní gẹ̀gẹ̀, ìwọ ló mọ olú fi gbogbo ara kẹ́mikẹ́mi, ẹni bá lékun méjì látòní lọ wọn mọ fìkan kẹ́ o. ìwọ lọmọ olú kẹ́ńkẹ́, ìwọ lọmọ olú gẹ̀ǹgẹ̀, ìwọ lọmọ olú fi gbogbo ara kẹ́mikẹ́mi, ìwọ la tẹ́wọ́ gbiri ọmọ agbọ́n nírègùn, ẹni rere méjì kó fìkan kẹ́ o. ìwọ lọmọ olú kẹ́ńkẹ́, ọmọ olú gẹ̀ǹgẹ̀, ọmọ olú fi gbogbo ara kẹ́mikẹ́mi, ìwọ la tẹ́wọ́ gbiri ọmọ agbọ́n nírègùn, gbogbo ọwọ́ tó o bá tẹ̀síwájú o ò ní mòfo lọ́lé ayé o, o ò ní mòfo lọ́lé ayé o. àṣẹ kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Thank you very much for being part of this. Sorry I could not do that decrease in English language. This is a language I understand, but I'm only decreeing favor, greatness, and goodness towards you. Unconditional greatness, unconditional goodness, unconditional placement in the place that matters, unconditional discovery of who you are, unconditional satisfaction of being God. Ashe. Koribe. Thank you very much for being part of this. You can share with your friends and family. And don't forget to join on our social media and also give it a thumb up if you learn anything. Bye for now. Ire o.